Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier and welcome to another vlog thingy. Okay, so about that rough day that I was telling you about, see, as you all may or may not know, my computer is not run on a gerbil wheel in my computer in a dual scramjet engine. No, it was an i7-920 that I bought about 2.5 years ago. And it finally started to die. Well, it's been dying for a while. I've been getting blue screens of death on startup, which is never a good sign. And so I've been just waiting for the moment for it to die, and it finally just kicked the bucket yesterday. I tried to get it to start, and it wouldn't even get past the it wouldn't get past DOS. So that was a bad thing. So I needed to get a new motherboard. I needed to get a new CPU. I needed to get new RAM just in case. And so I was so excited because I love buying new electronics, and I knew this day was coming, so I went down to the store. There are all the Black Friday deals, and I bought a new CPU, an i7 3770K. I got a liquid cooler for that. I've never done liquid cooling before, so I was really excited to do that. And I got a new motherboard, and I got 32 gigabytes of RAM for video encoding. Some of you are like, "Oh, that's too much." No, you need a lot for video encoding and rendering. And so I brought it home, and I was all excited, like, oh boy, I get to do something. And I knew I was smart because I backed up all my data. And just in case, I bought a copy of Windows 8, which said on it that you can upgrade and keep your files. So I was so excited to get working. I put all the components together. It's one of my favorite things to do, is building computers. And I was working on it, and I was working as best I could, and it was going great. And then I fired up my computer, and Windows continued to hard fault, even in the new motherboard, which I thought might have been the problem. I thought it was just the motherboard that was it, but apparently Windows does not like it when you change the entire brain of your computer on it without telling it. So it was giving me hard faults. I wrestled with it for hours trying to do something because I knew that if I couldn't do it, then I would lose all my data. Because I had backed things up, but I didn't back up everything. I backed up only a select few things, and I didn't have my original Windows 7 disks to do a recovery. Now, I know there are people more tech savvy than me out there, so I was trying everything that I could to save my data, and it eventually came down to it that I was just trying to do the Windows 8 upgrade to try to save my files. But for some reason, Windows 8 did not like the idea of me doing that, so Windows 8 decided that the partitions that were already established on my drives weren't good enough for it. No, it wasn't good enough. It needed to reformat everything, not just one. I have 2 drives. One's my backup drive. And it decided that it wanted to reformat everything. So I couldn't repair Windows because I didn't have my Windows 7, and I couldn't keep my files because Windows 8 wanted to reformat anything. So I wrestled with that forever. I ended up taking my hard drive out, putting my hard drive into another computer, and backing that data up on that hard drive to another hard drive, which I could only do with one of the hard drives. And then I managed to keep my videos. I still have a backup of all my videos I've ever done on YouTube, every single one. Which is great, because it's great. So I managed to keep that, but I've lost everything. I lost my thumbnails, I lost my fan art, I lost every game that I had that I was going to play. I lost all my saved games. I lost my save game for Dishonored, unless Steam kept it, which it might have. I lost my Condemned Criminal Origins that I was going to play. I lost Skyrim saves. I lost all of my Amnesia Custom Stories. I lost fuck all. So it was a bad day yesterday. I was not happy with that. Where I am right now is I was managed to reinstall Minecraft. I did the Forget Me Not Annie because I knew I was going to do that, and I knew where to find it. And I have on my Adobe Production Suite, which is good because I couldn't find my serial number, but they were nice enough to send me the serial numbers. So I have all of that, and I have my webcam. Yay! Yay! Oh, God, it was a long day yesterday. I got home about 2 o'clock with all the computer parts, and I didn't get everything to a workable state until 12:20 at night. So I'd been working 10 hours straight trying to wrestle with this, trying to save my data. And in the end, it was fruitless, and I couldn't save it anyway. So anyway, I've been talking way too much about that. You can all understand how that can be very frustrating. Here was what I will say. Windows 8, much better operating system than I had imagined. I mean, obviously, it's designed for touch, but Frankly, I haven't been able to tell any difference between this and Windows 7 in terms of the desktop besides the start menu being gone. But then again, it took me 5 minutes to find a start menu online, so it's not really that big of a deal. And in the end, I kind of deleted it because I thought that the start menu was kind of getting in my way, as opposed to just hitting the Windows button, going straight to Metro or whatever it's called. And it's a lot faster. It boots up much quicker. It basically runs better than Windows 7 did, and yeah, I got no problems with it. If people hate Windows 8, it's because they're not used to the change. But in all honesty, I haven't noticed any slowdown from what I've got. Once I configured it in my own way, then it was just fine. But that's all I'll say about that. This isn't a software review. This is me vlogging about crap that you don't care about, or you care about, I don't know. So let's answer them questions while I'm here. How about that? Okay. Hey Mark, I have a question for you. How do you get so awesome? Because people see me as a loser and a geek, but I think you can give some good advice, so can you please respond? Dragon Spider Flash. Okay, here's a surprise that you might not imagine. Back in high school, I was not the coolest guy in town. I know, it's hard to believe. No, seriously, I was an extreme, what I would call loser and antisocial type. I was not in any way popular. I was not the cool guy. I mean, I had friends, but even those friends, I wasn't sure how I had friends, because basically I played World of Warcraft every day, and I was a giant video game nerd, and I didn't do anything. I was very in my basement. Literally, my computer was in my basement. So I don't know when the time changed, but it really changed in college, because even in the beginning of college, I didn't think that I was that interesting for the first few years, and it's something where you get to the point where you stop caring what other people think. And it's not you're angry. That's not an angry thing. It's just you stop caring about trying to impress people. And once you do that, then you can actually focus on finding yourself. See, once you stop worrying about what you look like to everybody else, you can start worrying about what you look like to yourself. And when you look at yourself in the mirror, you either see something that you want to improve, or you see something you're happy with. So, don't worry about the things that you can't change. Like, people are assholes out there, and they're always going to be assholes. The people that label you as a loser and the geek, you don't want them as your friends anyway. You'd be surprised how many people I've impressed, and people who used to not think of me as anything in high school have suddenly come out of the woodwork now that they found out that I have a successful YouTube channel. You'd be very surprised. Like, people that I never even talked to, like, hey buddy, how's it going? Oh, it's good. No, just impress them with what you have on your own, and that's more than anything that they could ever do to you. You're fine on your own. You just need to find it. You just need to take time to work on yourself, and that's all I'll say about that. So, why do I always use the name Billy for guys I don't like in a video game? Tiffany McCullough. I don't know, Billy seems like an easy go-to name. I mean, it's a silly name. Anybody named Billy out there? Loser, geek. No, that was the opposite. Okay, anyway, so I don't know. It's just kind of my go-to thing. I started doing it in the Penumbra playthrough, and it's just kind of stuck ever since. So that's all that. What type of game do I play? Because I got one for you to play. Well, like I said, I played World of Warcraft for a long time, and that game kind of stuck with me. I was a hardcore raider just 2 years ago, during Wrath of the Lich King. I was really into it. And, Rexar! Yeah! US Rexar. That was the server I was on. Yarg! I was in Yarg. So, if anybody out there plays on Rexar and knows about Yarg back then, not as good as farm status on Horde side, but we were okay. That was my guild. So I don't really know what other type of game I play. I don't really play games to relax anymore. I've been trying to find one again. I've been dabbling here and there. I've been thinking about getting back into World of Warcraft again, but I just don't have the time, It's all a big time investment. So, anyway. Thank you, Palmanza 2011. Mia the Llama Herder asks, have I ever been in love? Yes. If you have been in love, did she know that you liked her? Yeah, we were dating. If she didn't know, did you want her to know that you liked her? Okay, that's different than love, obviously. If you like a girl, just tell her. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? She says, oh no, I don't feel the same way. Well, then there's always that chance that she'll say yes. So at some point you got to work up the courage, because the only thing stopping you from being any sort of successful, even if it's in terms of relationships, is yourself. So if you're your own worst enemy, you're going about it the wrong way, because you need to be your own biggest supporter. You need to get some self-affirmation. Look at yourself in the mirror like, you are a good person. You are handsome. You are not a loser and a kid. No, don't do that. That's just cliche and stupid. But seriously, you got to believe in yourself at least a little bit. All right. Do I have partly Asian blood? A NAD and an A. Yeah, I'm half Asian and half German. If you slit this wrist, rice starts shooting out. If you slit this wrist, sauerkraut starts shooting out. And I would like them. Okay, that was. No, never mind. All right. GT1 Reach asks, Markiplier, you got an interesting voice. Do something with it. I'm a piggy, boy, I love the mud. Okay, hope that was good enough. 3456 Indy asks, Mark, how many words can I type? I've typed many words in my life. Can you show us a picture of yourself when you were a child? I don't have one on hand. I don't even think I have one in this house, but I'll work on that. The Hack White. Again, we are the Pliers. No, God, no. God, you guys aren't that good with making up names, but I'm not calling my fans the Pliers. Meeting at Comic-Con, everybody hold up their pliers. Hey, Mark, I got my plier here. It's an inside joke. We're all funny, right? No, don't do that. Don't do that. You'd embarrass me. I would not go up and say hi to you if you came up to Comic-Con with pliers. Okay, all right. Briars333. Oh, that was the Hack White that asked that. Briars333 asks, I know I asked this question before, but it's an important one. When do you think you'll be able to get a P.O. box or something of the sorts? I'm working on it. Boop. Okay. Radical Pianist 1 asks, where did you first meet Bob? Back in college? Yes. Bob and I were freshman year roommates. I think we actually answered this on a live stream one time, but I'll just tell you it again because it was probably, not everyone saw it. Bob and I were freshman year roommates. He was actually supposed to get a guy as his roommate named, my name is Mark Fishbach, and he was told that his roommate was going to be Mark, Frankelson or something, same deal. But when Mark Frankelson's not even, it was Frankelson. When Mark Frankelson called him up, it was really awkward because he was this extremely flamboyant gay guy, and I don't have anything wrong with gay guys, and neither does he, but he was, preparing that he was going to have a gay roommate, and all of a sudden, he gets another call from who he thinks is Mark Frankelman. Frankelman? What did I say, Frankelman? I don't even remember what his name was. Mark Frankelson. And he thought this was the same guy, and I called him up with my voice, and I go, hey, buddy, how's it going? I got an Xbox. You gonna bring this on? And he was so utterly confused because it was he went, Mark? He thought I changed completely. So, because the guy called him up before had, a higher pitch voice and didn't talk like I do. So, that was interesting. And then we didn't become really good friends until a few weeks in when some relationship stuff happened on both of our ends, and we just started talking, really talking, and then we discovered our shared interest of Brian Regan, and it just took off from there. So Brian Regan is hilarious, by the way. Thank you, Radical Pianist 1. Nino Latimer asks, class clown? Question mark? No. Like I said, I'm back in high school. I was the quietest guy. I went through all of English without reading a single excerpt. And when I did read, people were like, what's with that voice? Because I always had this kind of voice, but I never really acknowledged it. And then I would start reading it was the best of times, it was the worst of times, and people were like, we didn't even know you could talk. So yeah, I was not the class clown. Let's see, Gamer Wolf asks, when you are at school, do you get noticed and recognized for videos by people at your college? No, that has not happened yet. I have not been recognized on the street. I don't think that'll happen anytime soon. It's probably easier for YouTubers in other countries like England or something, but if you think of America, and think of the fact that I have over 30,000, this would make 30,000, make it even, 30,000 subscribers, maybe half of those watch on a regular basis. That leaves, divided among the 50 states, about 3,000 per state. And if you divide it that way amongst Ohio, just the 3 major population centers, you get Cleveland, Columbus, and Cincinnati. That means 1,000 per place. 1,000 people in Cincinnati, probably less, watch my videos on a regular basis. Probably even less than that because you have to account for the other parts of Ohio. Let's say 500 in Cincinnati really watch my videos on a regular basis. Distributed amongst population, think of how many people are actually at UC. Maybe like 5, 10, max 10. Now think of how many of those are on campus the exact same time that I am. Now think of how many people those on campus, maybe 1 or 2 on time, the exact same time I am, are anywhere near me. So it's, I'm not to the point where people go, oh! If I wear my shirt, maybe, my Markiplier shirt, and I just start standing on rooftops shouting, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me! Are you looking at me? Look at me! Who am I? And people would go like, get off the roof, you idiot! And then it would just probably not be good. So anyway, so that's all the questions I'm gonna ask for now. I've been going on for way too long, like always, because I ramble like a son of a bitch. But anyway, thank you guys for bearing with me. It's going to take me a little bit to get back to the games that I had, so expect some rather unorthodox ones in the coming times. God, it's just really frustrating to lose all that, and especially lose all the progress that I had. I also lost progress on some videos that I had been working on that I am really sad about. But that's a whole nother story. So it's going to take me a little bit to catch up to where I was. Thanks for bearing with me. I'm sorry that this happened. It'll probably mean that I can't get as many videos as I'd like this week, but hopefully by this weekend I will be better. All better. Yeah. Oh! I totally forgot. One piece of good news. I am now partnered on Twitch. Ding! Ding-a-ling, ding, ding, ding. Yes, I'm now partnered on Twitch, so that means that I make revenue off of the ads that you all get annoyed by. But now they actually help me. They're still there, but now they help me. So anyway, thank you guys for helping me get to that point. It's all because you were there for the weekends, and you were there for me and Wade and Bob. So thank you guys again. And honestly, just thank you guys for everything. The growth has been phenomenal. I knew that Haunt, the Real Slender game, was going to be big, and you guys helped me get pushed up to a good part in the search rankings. At some point, I think I searched Slender, and I was #1, so that was pretty crazy. So thank you guys for everything that you've done. I don't usually like to ask you guys to like, favorite, and subscribe, I don't ask that a lot, but to know that you guys have my back when I do need that is incredible. So thank you again. Thank you for everything. Thank you so much for helping out. You guys have been extraordinarily helpful in anything, and I'm grateful every day that I get to do this. See, all the setbacks aside, it's okay. I don't mind working to get it back because it's worth it. It's worth it to get up every morning and entertain you guys. It's worth it to put in the effort to get back to the point where I can keep entertaining you guys on a regular basis. So thank you, truly, honestly, and from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. And as always, I will see you in the next video.